Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Kalaye Sundarakaram Sadeka Priyadarshanam Ajnana Nashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam Murali Mandita Karakamalam Munijana Mohanam Vyatyastapadam Vanamala Dharinam Prema Bhakta Mandara Nitya Kirtitam Shri Premika Varadam Ashrayeham Buddhir Balam Yashoderyam Nirbhayatvam Marogata Ajatyam Vakpadutvam Sha Hanumat Smaranad Bhavet. By the divine grace of Sri Guruji and His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, we are going to see how Bhagavan Panduranga takes care of his Chella Kurande in different stages throughout his life. Yar and the Chella Kurande, you might think, who is that sweet child of Sri Panduranga? It is none other than our Namadev, one of my all-time favorite bhaktas of Lord Panduranga. Indeed, it is my blessed opportunity to provide this Harikatha and present it in front of all the bhaktas here. My humble pranams. Once there was a pious tailor by the name of Damaji in Pandharpur. Every morning he would get up and go early morning to the Chandrabhaga river and take a bath. He would then go to the Panduranga temple and pray and do puja. Then he would have his food. His wife Gonai was also very pious and dutiful. They did not have a child for a very long time, even after their marriage. So one day Gonai suggested to Damaji that he should go pray to Panduranga for a child. So Damaji went and prayed to Panduranga that they should have a child. And that night, Panduranga came into Damaji's dreams and he had a divine vision where Lord Panduranga said, go to Chandrabhaga tomorrow in the morning and your prayer will be fulfilled. So the next morning, Damaji woke up really early and went to Chandrabhaga, took a bath, and as he was about to go to the temple to do his puja, he saw a big shell coming in the Chandrabhaga river. And he opened it up and he saw there was a baby inside. And the Kurande Partha Orane, he saw that it was a very, very divine child. So immediately when he saw that child, he knew that it was a very divine child. So he immediately went and took the child. Chandrabhaga has a lot of significance in Panduranga Bhakta's Charithram. How many Bhaktas is Pada Duli, like their Bhakta's feet have touched the banks and the river Chandrabhaga. Lord Panduranga has performed so many leelas, and in every leela we see Chandrabhaga mentioned at least in one place. That's why our Sri Birala Guruji sings Chandrabhaga Nadi Karek Sindhuduva Maname Chandrabhaga Nadi Karek Sindhuduva. What will you do after going there? Anandamaya Dil we will go there and play and bathe happily. What will you do and what will you get? Sadhukal charanatil virindu purande Sadhukal charanatil virindu purande Piravi payane adaididuvar maname Piravi payane adaididuvar maname Chandrabhaga nadi karike Sri Guruji says, Sadhukal Charanatil Virinda Purande. We will all fall at the sadhus' feet and we will roll and get all the blessings from the sadhus. Piravi payane adendiduvai maname. He says we will attain the ultimate purpose of our life. And so there are many leelas that happen in Pandharpur. Once Sri Guruji went to Pandharpur, and as he was coming out of the temple after doing darshan, and he was walking on the street to go back to the place where he was staying. And when he was walking, a child, Chinna Kurande, like a small child, 2 years old, walked towards Guruji. Guruji looked around and looked to see if his parents or any adults were around. But he couldn't see anyone. So he was thinking, maybe I look like someone that's related to this child. Mama, Chittappa, like his uncle. So he stopped when the child was approaching him. The child, அந்த குழந்தை வந்து அப்படியே பாதத்துல தொட்டுண்டு அப்படியே போயிட்டான். So the child, it prostrated to Guruji's feet and just walked away by itself. And Shri Guruji, he said, who taught this 2-year-old child to do this? How does the 2-year-old child know to just prostrate to a Mahatma's feet and just go? And Shri Guruji says, அந்த மண்ணோட பெருமை அது. அங்க இருக்கிற மண்ணு பக்தி பண்ணும், அங்க இருக்கிற மண்ணு நாமா சொல்லும். He says it's the land's greatness. The land over there itself does bhakti and says nama itself. Vidikku vidi, vidikku vidi, vidikku vidi, vidikku vidi, vital vital gajani, ketiguvar maname, vital vital gajani, ketiguvar maname, Chandrabhaga nadi karike sendiruvar. He says, Vidikku vidi, vitikku vidu. Every street, every house, you will see everyone chanting Vittal, Vittal in Pandharpur. Who is there? The one who is the Adi and Andam. Adi Odandam, Agiya Devam, Adi Odandam, Agiya Devam, Vittal Orvane endru unathiduvar maname, Vittal Orvane endru unathiduvar maname, Chandrabhaga nadi karege sendiruvar. He says, Adi Odandam, Agiya Devam, Vittal Orvane endru unathiduvar maname. He says that the Adi and the Andam, the ends by all means, is our Vittala. Do you know why it is called Chandrabhaga, the river? ஏன்னா பீமா நதி அங்க சந்திரனோடு ஒரு பாகம் மாதிரி வளைஞ்சு ஓடுதான். So basically the river is shaped like a part of the moon, like a crescent. The Chandrabhaga river is shaped like a crescent. So coming back to our story, Damaji told his wife about how he went to the river and found the shell and picked up the baby. And he quickly finished his bath and prayers. So once they felt so blessed and they named this little baby as Namadev. That's how our Namadev incarnated in this Bhulokam. This Namadev is Sakshat Uddhava's avatar and he is going to be the Chella Kurande of our Panduranga. So our Namdeva was growing up as a little kid and obviously he developed a lot of interest towards doing bhakti and nama sankirtan towards our Lord Panduranga. Whenever his father goes to the temple to do his everyday pujas, Namadeva always wants to go, but he can't go. So one day, his father was traveling out of town. And this time, Namadeva saw the opportunity and he took it. He asked his mom if he can go to the temple and do the pujas. So his mom dressed him up very nicely. And his mom dressed him up with pattiveshti, urdhva pundram and all that. And he goes with his mother to the temple. He takes all the puja items like the milk, the vasana dravyam. He takes the prashadam inside to offer to Lord Panduranga. Then he performed abhishekam to Lord Panduranga and did alankaram for him nicely. Then he closed the temple doors to offer the prashadam to Lord Panduranga. And when he was giving the food to Panduranga, he was praying that he said, Vittala saapadu, Panduranga saapadu, Krishna saapadu. He said, Panduranga, come eat. Vittala, come eat the food. Come eat the prasadam. Then Panduranga did not come. Namadeva started crying. And Praladan Kuptadan Varuviya, Dhruvan Kuptadan Varuviya, in the Namadeva Kupta Varmatiya. He said, only if Prahlada calls you will you come. Only if Dhruva calls you will you come. Will you not come if this Namadeva calls you? Am I not enough? He said, even as he was crying, even what he cried, Rurutuhu Suswaram Rajan, even what he cried became a song. Keshava Madhava Govinda Gopala, Keshava Madhava Govinda Gopala, Devito Kripala Panduranga, Devito Kripala Panduranga, Achyuta by Namadeva. By these words itself, very simple words, we can clearly see that it is sung by a child. Then our little Namadeva started banging his head on the pillar inside the temple because Lord Panduranga would not come and eat the prasadam. Everyone outside was thinking that Namadeva locked himself inside the temple and could not get out, so he was screaming and crying inside. But little did anyone know he was inside because of Dhrida Vishwasa Bhakti. Lord Panduranga, standing in Mahayoga Pitam, is described by Adi Shankara as he saw it. Mahayoga Pite Tate Bhimaradhya Varam Pundarikaya Dhatum Munindre Samagatya Tishtantam Ananda Kandam Parabrahmalingam Bhaje Pandurangam. Lord Panduranga came out rushing after seeing our Namadev doing this. He put Namadeva in his lap and fed him the prasadam. Just like when we sit and eat our food when we're little kids, we feed our mom also 1 or 2 bites, right? Same way Namadeva also did to Lord Panduranga. When Namadeva came out, everyone questioned, where did the food go? Did you eat the food? And then everyone was doubtful of Lord Namadeva. And Lord Panduranga gave Asariri Vaku that he only came and took the prasadam from Namadeva. And Namadeva was only 5 years old during this. And just at 5 years old, he was able to get Lord Panduranga's darshan with his Dhrida Vishwasa Bhakti. In the same way, Lord Panduranga has performed so many leelas in Namadeva's life. In a nutshell, Lord Panduranga has always been a part of Namadeva's life whenever he wished for it. Such is the closeness of Namadeva to Lord Panduranga. Lord Panduranga was that easily available to Namadeva. For Namadeva, there is an interesting lila performed by Lord Panduranga to show the significance of Guru. Let us see this Charithram. In the same town of Pandharpur lived Gora Kumbhar, another great bhakta of Lord Panduranga. He was a potter by profession. One day, he invited all of the devotees to his house for a satsang. The whole village came to witness the satsang, great satsang with all the bhaktas from Pandharpur. Gora Kumbhar was preparing some dishes for his guests. Even Muktabai, the sister of Jnaneshwar, had come to the satsang, and she, being a little child, saw a stick on the wall and went around asking everyone, "What is this stick on the wall? What is it used for?" And since nobody knew, she went directly to Gora Kumbhar and asked him what the stick was for. And Gora Kumbhar replied that whenever I make the pots, I always tap them with the stick in the end to see if they're baked properly. Only if when I tap them and they don't break, I sell them to the people. So Muktabai immediately said, "This is what I've been waiting to hear. Let us go and tap everyone's head with this, all the bhaktas' heads with this stick, and see if they're perfectly baked or not." So Gora Kumbhar very hesitantly went because he didn't know what to do in this situation. So he went with Muktabai, and Muktabai first went to Jnaneshwar and knocked Jnaneshwar's head, and she said, "Oh, this pot is perfectly baked." Then she went to Lord Kabir Das. She went to Kabir Das and knocked his head. She said this pot is also perfectly baked. Namadev was looking at this whole scene and wasn't very pleased. He was looking and he wasn't very happy about what was going on. And finally, when it was his turn, Muktabai came and knocked on Namadev's head and said, "Oh, this pot is not baked at all." Everyone around Namadeva started laughing and said, "Oh, look at Namadeva, he isn't perfectly baked. He doesn't have the ultimate bhakti yet." So Namadeva immediately was embarrassed and ran to Lord Panduranga. And since Lord Panduranga always answers to Namadeva, Namadeva went to Lord Panduranga and poured out all his embarrassment. At first, Lord Panduranga said, "Ignore everything Muktabai said, and nothing she said is true." That's what Lord Panduranga said at first. But that's what Panduranga said at first. But Namadeva wasn't pacified. He kept pouring out his embarrassment and saying, "Why is she saying it? Why is she only telling me like this?" And he immediately asks, "Have I not attained full jnana yet? Have I not attained the purpose of my life?" And Lord Panduranga says, "No, you have not attained jnana. You need to take shelter under a guru to attain jnana." So he added that Lord Panduranga said that whatever Muktabai had said was also true. So Panduranga asked Namadeva to go and seek guidance under Vishobha Kechat as his guru. He was living in the nearby forest. Namadeva sought refuge under Vishobha Kechat, and his ego was immediately destroyed. And after the death of his ego, he realized that everything was Brahman, that he himself was not apart from the Lord. Everything is God and everything is Antaratma. Sabari was known for her Guru Bhakti and was born in a family of hunters. She lived in a forest, killing animals all around until Sabari attained a liberation through the grace of her Guru, Madanga Maharishi. So Lord Rama himself came to the doors of Sabari and gave her liberation. Now, how is this? You might think that you can do this by yourself, but at the end, you always need the guidance of a guru. So Lord Rama himself came to Sabari's door and watched Sabari get liberation through Madanga Maharishi. Such is the glory of the Guru. Apara Mahima ho, Adi Adi Apara Mahima ho. Apara Mahima ho, Adi Adi Apara Mahima ho. Apara Mahima ho, Apara Mahima ho, Adi Adi Apara Mahima ho. Apara Mahima ho, Apara Mahima ho. many leelas happened in Namadeva's Charithram. One day, while Namadeva was in Pandharpur, his rain was pouring so badly. Every place was flooded. Everywhere rain was pouring with thunder and lightning. All the houses were falling, the roofs and the walls and everything were going away. When so many houses were falling, Namadeva was 100% sure that his house would also fall, as he lived in a small hut. So it must be around 3 a.m. when the rain stopped falling lightly. And Janabai, the maid at Namadeva's house, went to check how has Namadeva's house not fallen yet. So when she goes and she sees a blue colored boy standing there and holding up the roof of the house so that it doesn't fall. And there was a small blue boy that had his pitambaram on. And as she went closer, she saw that this was Pandurangan himself. What is the proof that Pandurangan himself was holding the wall? Janabai sees this directly and sings in her kirtan. Lightning blue colored boy Pandurangan was holding up the wall by himself with his pitambaram so that Namadeva's house does not fall apart. Also, our Sri Guruji sings, Kaatrudan needi mare minnani ve Namadeva suvatre taangi nindraye Kaatrudan needi mare minnani ve Namadeva suvatre taangi nindraye Panduranga 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 During Janabai's time, once the Bhaktas, they all went on Tirtha Yatra. They went to see all the holy rivers gathered together. And there was a bhajana happening. Again and again, it is said in Bhagavatam that in whichever place true bhaktas join together and do bhakti with a clean, pure heart, Bhagavan goes to that place, leaving Vaikuntham. Bhagavan looks at Narada and says, Naham basami Vaikunte na yogi hridaye ravo mad bhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami Narada. Bhagavan says, I don't dwell in Vaikunta, not in the hearts of yogis, not where the yogis are, and I don't stay in Vaikunta, but I stay where the devotees sing of me. There, in the devotees' hearts, I dwell, Narada. In this bhajana, where Janabai was there, Kabir Das is there, Jnaneshwar is there, Changadeva is there, and Namadeva is there. Many Mahabhaktas are there. They join together and do a bhajana. Now, how was this bhajana held was witnessed by Janabai, and she has sung it in an abang. Lord Panduranga also wanted to have a part in this bhajana, as he was staying all alone in his temple and wanted to have some action too. So Panduranga, who was in the temple, slowly started dancing slightly. He shook his head, put talam, and he swayed his body, but he could not resist himself. So he took his shining gold feet and walked to the place where the bhajana was happening. One person saw Lord Panduranga coming like this. Who was that? It was Janabai herself. She sings, Namadeva Kirtana Kare Prema Panduranga, who came dancing. What did he do? He kept his hands in his hips. Everyone was watching him, and he was jumping, he was putting talam and dancing around happily. Many instruments were there, and while all the Bhagavatas were dancing, Pandurangan slowly started jumping and swirled up and down in joy, like a pambaram, like a spin top. While jumping like this, Panduranga's pitambaram, his shawl, it started slipping and fall. Nachat dolat devacha galala pitambaram. This was seen by one person, Kabir Das. He saw this, and what did he do? Savat hoi devaye se bole Kabira. He said, "Hey Prabhu, the bhaktas here, we can sing, forgetting the world and thinking of you. You should be listening. But you came here and started dancing with us, and now your pitambaram is falling. How can you forget about yourself while dancing?" So Kabir says, "Savata hoi deva, savata hoi." He says, slow down. This is Janaba's abhangam. She herself says, "Nama yachi jani lole." I am the sister of sadhus, and I saw this happening with my eyes. Wherever true bhakti is there, Bhagavan will be there pleasant, happily, like we saw in the shloka. Like that in Namadeva's family, Namadeva, his mother, his father, and his adopted daughter, his wife, and his children, everyone did bhakti towards Pandurangan with great devotion. Mahans and Avatara Purushas always ask for janma that is filled with Bhagavat Bhakti in any form, in form of Harinama Kirtan, Katha Shravanam, and Satsangam. Ananta Chananda Dina Chadayara Ananta Chananda Dina Chadayara Bhakta Chakrivara Panduranga Bhakta Chakrivara Panduranga Bhakta Chakrivara Is this not what our Guruji sings as? உனையன்றி எனக்கு புகலிடம் ஏது, உனையன்றி எனக்கு புகலிடம் ஏது, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா. என்னிடம் கிருபை செய்ய வேண்டும், என்னிடம் கிருபை செய்ய வேண்டும், கருணை நிறத்தோனே கருணை கடலே, கருணை நிறத்தோனே கருணை கடலே, கருணை நிறத்தோனே கருணை கடலே, கருணை நிறத்தோனே கருணை கடலே. உனையன்றி எனக்கு புகலிடம் ஏது, உனையன்றி எனக்கு புகலிடம் ஏது, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா. முரளிதரனுக்கு ஹரியிடம் பக்தி, முரளிதரனுக்கு ஹரியிடம் பக்தி, பிறவி தோறும் இலைக பிக்ஷை கேட்கிறேன், பிறவி தோறும் இலைக பிக்ஷை கேட்கின்றேன், பிறவி தோறும் இலைக பிக்ஷை கேட்கின்றேன். உனையன்றி எனக்கு புகலிடம் ஏது, எனக்கு புகலிடம் ஏது, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா, சரணமடைந்தேன் பாண்டுரங்கா. பாண்டுரங்கா 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 பாண்டுரங்கா, பாண்டுரங்கா 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 பாண்டுரங்கா, பாண்டுரங்கா 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 பாண்டுரங்கா, பாண்டுரங்கா 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 பாண்டுரங்கா. Shri Guruji beautifully says in this song, தீனன் என்னிடம் கிருபை செய்ய வேண்டும் and கருமை நிறத்தோனே கருணையின் கடலே. He says, please do kripa to me. And he says, karunayin kadale. He calls our Lord Panduranga as the sea of compassion. Similarly, Namadev had asked for one boon to Lord Panduranga in his lifetime. He wanted to sing 100 crore abhangams on the glories of Lord Panduranga. Since they did not get fulfilled in time, Namadeva came back again, took avataram as Tukaram. And similarly, when Rama asked Hanumanji if he wants to come to Vaikuntham with Lord Rama, Hanumanji asks Rama, what would there be in Vaikuntham? Is there Nama Sankirtanam? Is there Katha Shravanam? Can I listen to your glories? And Lord Rama's answer was no. And so Hanumanji said, he wanted to be where there's Rama Katha and Rama Nama. So he said, I don't want to come to Vaikuntham. I'll stay in this Bhulokam chanting Rama Nama. Yavat tava katha loke vicharishyati pavani tavat stastyami medinyam tava agnyat anupalayan. That's why we keep asanam for Hanumanji wherever Rama Katha is happening. Bowing down and prostrating to Hanumanji, I am concluding this Harikatha. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रिये वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। गोपिका जीवन स्मरणं गोविंदा गोविंदा। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, आंजनेय स्वामी की जय, नामदेव महाराज की जय। राधे राधे।